Hey, welcome to another live episode of GeekOutdoors.com. Now, you're probably seeing my live screen right now. I'm just making sure that it's actually streaming. But on this episode, I wanted to talk about daily uploads on YouTube. Okay, I don't know if for people watching, if they are normal subscribers of my channel or they watch my channel regularly, they're probably seeing that I have videos pretty much every single day. And as a matter of fact, I think I started this in March. I had this video out, a daily upload challenge. And right now I have a little over 500 videos. Not all of them are published. But as I'm looking through this, I've had a video every single day. And in some cases, I have more than one video per day. So a video every day. And it started, make sure, back in March 1st. And if I go earlier than March, see, February 27th, 6, and yeah, so there was, yeah, so basically, yeah, I started around March, and it's been over a month now that I have done these daily videos. And I just wanted to give my thoughts on it, my pros and cons. And before I get into that, for anybody who actually produces content on YouTube, and who've already done daily videos, I think a lot of people would be able to relate with that. But if you are a content creator and if you haven't done daily uploads, then maybe this might help, and your experience could be different. But let me start off with the cons of actually doing daily videos first, because I think that part is, you're not going to realize that until you actually start doing it. So the very first con of doing daily YouTube uploads is the fact that it is a lot of work. Coming up with ideas is not easy. As anybody who creates content, it's not a simple thing, especially if you're going to be doing it daily. I think that's why I have a lot of respect for people who can do daily content, whether that be a vlog or just an episode every single day. And especially if you are doing it solo, you don't have a team of people doing it. And even if you have a team of people, you still have to come up with the ideas. So that is the very first con. It is a lot of work, and let's just be real, on YouTube, unless you have a large following and unless you also have a business plan underneath it, you're not making money for these videos, okay? So, it's a lot of work for pretty much pennies on the dollar. And so that's first and foremost. And then secondly, the biggest con is the fact that normally as you're doing more and more videos, you're doing it regularly every single day, then you can definitely have quality issues. Okay, and one of the things that I wanted to do was actually maintain my level of quality and also improve it as I'm doing it every day. And that kind of leads into the pro of doing this as well. But the main con that a lot of people who do daily content will notice is that normally your quality is going to take a hit because simply you're having daily content. Okay, so there are ways around that I'll talk about when I get into the pros portion. And then another part of the cons is the fact that you could really get burnout. Especially if you are like a vlogger. Vloggers, they do it every single day, and coming up with something unique, creative, that's interesting, that's really, really difficult. Okay, so burnout is definitely something that can come with doing daily content. Okay, and other cons, I really can't think of many besides that at this point. It's mainly the fact that it is a lot of work. You have to come up with a lot of ideas, and there's always a chance that you could run out of ideas. And at the same time, you can get burned out, when you combine all of those things, so you're constantly thinking about new content to create. And if you don't have anything else that you're doing in terms of for work or your family or anything else, then I guess daily content could be easier. But the majority of people that have other things going on besides YouTube. Okay, so those are all the cons. Now let's go ahead and get into the pros, which I think there's a lot of pros that come with it. Okay, so the first pro is that, just quite simply, you're gonna have way more content. If I'm looking here at all the videos, a little over 30 days, I've produced more than 30 new videos, and as a matter of fact, my channel right now, I actually have more than 500 videos, as I mentioned earlier. Not all of them are published, but the ones that are published, I think it's a little over 400 something videos that are published right now. And so that could not have happened if I was not producing content on a regular basis. And then when you're doing daily content, it's just gonna be more. Okay, you're just gonna have more content, and I think that's a great thing to have. I mean, a lot of times, and I've heard this before, where you want the whole Netflix effect. I mean, what the whole Netflix effects with your content is, somebody will come to your channel, okay, and they'll see that you have a lot of videos. And also, if they like a certain type of videos and you have playlists, they could just go through all your playlists, like my Linux playlist, and just binge out. I mean, they could just watch a whole bunch of your videos. And so you have a lot of content, okay? So I think of it like a TV channel, okay? I mean, what would be better for the consumer, the person watching, only having one channel or having multiple channels to watch? So that's one of the big pros of producing a lot of content, is that you have more channels for people to watch, okay? Now, the second pro is something that I really wanted to do in terms of having this daily challenge, is experience. So the more videos that you do, and the better that you're going to get. I mean, that's kind of natural if you're doing it regularly. Now, obviously, if you're not trying to improve any of your content or the type of ideas, then your videos aren't going to get any better. But for the majority of people who are producing content daily, they do get better. Whether that would be your video production quality, whether that be your delivery, whether that be the type of ideas that you come up with. Whenever you're producing daily content, you just naturally get better. And that's one of the huge reasons why I wanted to do this, because I do want to improve my channel, not only for myself, but also the people that are watching, okay? Now, another pro is that you get a lot of data, okay? You get tons of data from doing all of this, and that's something that cannot be understated, okay? And regardless of how you feel about data collection, the more data you have, the more you can tell what's working, what's not working, what areas you can improve. And in this case, I wanted to test out many different types of content. And even though I have a variety of content, I have mentioned it in one of my videos, especially my What is this Geek Outdoors about? I do have a variety of channels, but there are in certain categories, as you can see here. Linux, gaming, movies, my Geek Bros Talk with my brothers, and so forth. And so from this, I'm able to tell which videos my audience and also people new coming to my channel watch. And so I can't find that out without having more content to test, okay? So all of this is all experimentation, okay? And one of the things that I knew even before doing this is that my Linux videos are my most popular videos, okay? I knew that right before doing any of this. It's my most watched playlist. It's also my most watched videos. But I have other things that I really enjoy doing, and I'd have to do more content. I have to do more testing. And so I do still do, obviously I do Linux videos, but I do want to do other types of videos. And so with this producing content every day, I get to see a real world test on whether or not people are interested in the type of content that I have. So data, that's another pro. When you're doing daily content, you have way more data to work with, okay? And then the final part, it really goes with this whole experience thing, is that it's growth. Okay, you have a lot of growth whenever you are creating daily content, because you have to constantly improve. You have to constantly come up with new ideas. You have to constantly figure out solutions to this. I mean, on how are you going to produce content that is relevant, that is interesting, and for some of them that will actually get a lot of attention. I mean, that is a huge thing. There's so many other videos, there's so many other content creators out there as well, and so you got to think about all those things as you are creating it. And so as you are creating more and more daily videos, I think you just get better at those things, okay? So you grow faster because of that. And one thing that I really want to say, by doing all of these things, doing all of these videos, I have a lot of fun. I actually really enjoy creating content on my channel, and I absolutely love the feedback, the communication, the ideas that I'm getting from people who are my subscribers, but also people coming in and just watching these videos and getting something out of it, whether that would be entertainment, whether that would be something educational. It's always interesting to me, and it's always fun. I mean, I wouldn't do this if it wasn't fun. And I just want to thank all the people who watch, my subscribers, and also people who come to my channel because of that. And so those are the main pros and cons of doing daily videos, and if I actually, I'm a huge data guy, I love data, I'm a nerd, but if I look at the data, So the last 90 days, I've had like almost like consistent growth in terms of my subscribers. And then if I look over the past year, there was quite a bit of growth. Okay, I mean, I used to have nothing. Okay, no subscribers, nothing, and then obviously as I put more work into it, it kept going up. Now, the one metric that a lot of people are talking about this year is watch time, and YouTube really focuses on watch time. As you can see here, 90 days, not much difference. You know, there has been a little slump, but if you look over the year, my watch time has also increased as well, from pretty much nothing to a more consistent flow. Now, the whole point of this is that, you know, whenever you are doing YouTube and you're doing daily videos or you're doing consistent content, you know, you're gonna naturally see growth, you know, unless you're just not doing anything that is interesting or you don't have an audience that you're connecting with. Okay, so it's not just about the subscribers and so forth. Okay, but all these numbers, they do add up, you know, and from everything that I'm seeing, I mean, you can't dispute the data here. It is going up, you know, and like I said earlier, data is really important. And so here I could see exactly which ones are performing, which ones I should focus on. So obviously, like I said earlier, a lot of it is Linux videos, but I love Linux, but this isn't a purely Linux channel. And so hopefully with all these different videos, I'll able to expand and you know, reach more of different audiences for my channel, because I do really want this to be a geek lifestyle variety channel where people come to be entertained, be educated, and at the same time, this is a business underneath. Okay, I mean, all of this all ties together, you know, because YouTube is something I really feel that it is a business more than anything else. You know, this isn't something like a job. This is really different. So everything that you are doing as a content creator, it's like a business, because it is. Okay, so I do want to you know, put that out there. Whenever you're creating this, I think that if you are new to content creation, you got to focus on it as a business first with that mentality, because when you focus it in that way, then you put more effort into it, you know, instead of just something you do every now and then. And at the same time, it's got to be fun, you know, it's got to be something that you enjoy. And so that is it for this live video episode. I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to do these daily videos, because like I said, it is really a challenge. But one thing that I did learn for people who want to do this on a regular basis, one of the things that you could do is batching. Okay, so you could create a whole bunch of videos in a few days, hopefully, and then you could have content for the rest of the week. Okay, that's one thing that you can do. And then also another thing that you could do is write down all your ideas in a notebook or whatever, some note-taking app, and then, you know, work on those ideas as you go along. That's another technique. But overall, I hope that it helped anybody who is thinking about doing daily videos, or if you've never created any type of content on YouTube, I highly recommend that you do. I mean, it's really cool. It's awesome to learn a lot of these new things, and it's really amazing to connect with people from all around the world, you know, geeks and non-geeks alike. So if you had any thoughts on daily videos or daily content creation or just content creation in general, leave it in the comments area below. And as always, if you did get a lot of value out of these videos, leave a like and subscribe. And if you wanted to support my channel further, you could do that at patreon.com/geekoutdoors. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on another episode.